Yo, what up guys, B5D here. In this video, I want to tell you two champions that are getting their skills rebalanced in Raid Shadow Legends 4D beta. Yes, and then of course there is a 10x or 15x chance to get some legendary champions to go along with this clan versus clan that does not include personal rewards, which means a lot of people might not be interested in this 15x event, but I'll tell you the champions anyways. Then of course at the end I'll talk about my fusion update so far and show you how far we'll progress into the fusion, what you should be doing today, and how many fragments you should be sitting on by the time this Monday 2nd you're watching this video. All right, let's get into it. The first thing is this red event is still going on, which is boosting your chance of getting mythical champions. It's not boosting your chance to getting legendaries and epics, it's only boosting your chance of getting mythicals. And from the shard opening I've seen so far from a few content creators, it doesn't seem like they are hitting that red mark, so I'm not quite excited about it. Now if I looked at the YouTube and I was seeing a bunch of red mythicals being pulled, I might be tempted, but till today I'm still not tempted to go for this one. So I'm saving my few 33 primal shards that I've saved so far, and I'm gonna wait until the time when they boost the chance of getting mythical, boost the chance of getting legendaries, and also boost the chance of getting epics. It's not like I need the epics, I just don't want to see a bunch of rares if I pull this these shards. That's what people keep getting. 10 pull, you get the 10 rares, and like what? So it's not the best time to pull it, especially for the fact that I've already completed my champion chase for the fusion. So I used my ancients to complete the champion chase. I did not need to use my primal shards, so I'm saving that one up. All right, so tomorrow as part of CVC, if your clan is still going hard, or you still want to meet your CVC points, or you're interested in these champions they have up for grabs, these are the champions on the screen right here. For the first day, which is going to start on December the 3rd, you have a 15x boosted chance. If you keep pulling shots, you don't get these key champions one slot for any of these champions, you will have a 20x boosted chance. If you keep pulling, you're getting the legendary, it's not these ones on the list, you get a 25x boosted chance, right? So it goes 15, 20, 25x chance of getting these specific champions, and it's not for newer players. This event does not boost your chance of getting these legendaries. The chance of getting legendaries tomorrow for this event will still stay at 0.5%, so it's not the best time to summon shards. But if you're sniping these particular champions, or if you know how close you are to Messi, you've been counting your Messi pool and you're right there at the 200 mark, you can just pull a 220 pool and get these specific champions of your dreams if you're going for that 15x chance of getting them. That's why we have to tell you about these champions when they announce it like this. So the first one is crackling the blackened Duchess Lily 2, Ultimate Death Knight, Grand Opardin, and of course Nox the Paralyzer. These are going to be from Ancients, Primal Shards, and not from Sacred Shards. For the Void Shards, you do have a one slot to add a Senna, Amberheart, Yesenia, Grail Bearer, and Raka Villetide. I think the first one, Duchess, is one that most players might be trying to go for. Grand Opardin is also amazing. So that's something that most players will, if you're sniping those champions, good luck to you. Now on Wednesday, you have a different batch of champions. You can have one slot to select any of these ones: Eva, Autumnborn, Python, Under Priest Brogni, Gwendolyn the Silent, Freya, Fate Weaver, and then for the Void category, you have Cardiel, Nectri the Great, and Clydna. So no epics this time around, just one slot for the legendaries. And if you're pulling shards, these are the champions you can select. You can also choose to pull your shards and not even select any of these champions in case they don't even, they're not on your list of champions you want to get so far. Okay, that's the first news out of the way. It's not exciting, it's not gonna be one I'm going for, it's just something we have to tell you guys that is coming. If you want your Duchess, this is your chance. If you're one of those players who've been playing for 4 years, still no Duchess, here's a 15x Duchess here for you to help you boost your chances of getting her if you have enough shots to hit Messi again and again and again, and eventually pull her. All right, the next piece of news is going to be regarding the champion rebalance that is coming up, and I did say it's going to be a good one. The first champion that is having their skills rebalanced for the beta is going to be Gamuran. This champion it's kind of new to the game. It's not like super old or anything. It's from the Shadow King faction, and he's a support champion. Yes, he's a support champion. I've built him like this for Sintranos, but I've never had the opportunity to use him. and I just wanted him not to do damage, just to be a support champion and stun, because stun is something I need a lot. I've not done a champion guide on him. You can see it's just gear I wanted to put on him, just for him to hold gear, right? So what is being changed about this champion for the better is A1, A2, A3, and including his passive, everything is being improved a little bit. So the first one on the A1, they say for A1 we are increasing the duration of his block active skills. Currently it's on a 1 turn. When he places that block active skills for one enemy, it's a 1 turn, but now it's going to be a 2 turn block active skills. That's the first thing they're improving about his A1, 2 turns. It doesn't increase the chance, it's still the same chance, but it's the duration of the block active skill that will be increased by 1 extra turn, being a 2 turn. Right, that's the first thing. The second thing that has been changed, that's good. The second thing that has been changed about him is the A2. Improved his A2 so that after attacking, Gamuran now steals all buffs. Originally, he steals 1 random buff. Now, after attacking, did you say after attacking before? Gamuran now steals all buff from the enemies and then spread after attacking. I thought it's supposed to be before attacking. Attacks all enemies, has a 80% chance of stealing 1 random buff. Now, the language will now be changed to attack all enemies, has a 80% chance of stealing all buffs. So that's what they will change the language to. Instead of 1 random buff, all buffs. After stealing, applies a debuff spread effect, taking all buffs from this champion and placing it on all allies. So that is what's been changed about him. I guess it doesn't matter whether he does it before attacking or after attacking. Normally we want this to happen before attacking, but hey, you can pick and choose. Yeah, so he is gonna be going there, steal one enemy's buffs, all of the buffs, and then put it on all of us. So that's the change there. This is the biggest change for him right now, because it used to be 1 random buff, and now it's gonna be, then he also spreads 1 random buff. If he has 4 buffs on himself, he's going to spread random buffs on our allies. Now he's going to spread all the buffs that he has on himself to all other allies on the team. This is huge for a support champion to be able to do. And yeah, stealing from the enemies and spreading it on 1 skill is going to be amazing. On a 3 turn cooldown, still stays on a 3 turn cooldown is good. It's not like a 4 turn cooldown skill. It's something that will be happening a lot for those long battles. So there are areas where this champion will definitely become more useful than he was before. So that's good. On the A3, they're also improving this skill now. They said the cooldown, that's it, right? The cooldown for his A3 was decreased. So it used to be a 6 turn cooldown. When you spend books on it, it becomes a 5 turn cooldown. But now they're going to decrease it to a 5 turn cooldown. When you spend books on it, it becomes a 4 turn cooldown A3 right here. So that's good, right? And then they said with the update to his passive, yeah, the passive is also being updated. Revives 1 random ally. It will now be revive 1 random ally that stays through. But this second part where they says will not revive an ally if an enemy is killed by damage from all these other debuffs. Now this one will now be revives 1 random ally with 30% HP, the same. Turn meter 30% the same. But now each time a block revive debuff is placed on an enemy, so it's not just when you kill an enemy, it's also when you place block revive on them, you also, so I don't know, does this mean he'll revive 2 allies when somebody is dead with block revive and they're also dead? That's 2 instances, because one on the 1 turn it says revive 1 ally, then it now says revive 1 ally if block revived. All right, let's see if when it's in the game what will change about that. But if I read what they say about it, with the updated passive, Gamuran will be able to revive a random ally even if they were killed by damage from poison HP burn. Okay, now this part that say will not revive an ally if they are killed by these things. Okay, now it will now be also even if they are killed by all this, they will remove all this part. This second sentence just makes him not a good reviver, I guess. How can somebody die by poison and you cannot revive them? So I guess they are removing all this part, bomb, HP burns, and they'll be able to be revived even if they are killed by this, right? Revives 1 random ally each time a block revive debuff is placed on an enemy. He will now revive 1 random ally with 30% HP, blah blah blah, block revive. So generally good changes to this champion skills. You agree with me that this champion rebalances were amazing for Gamuran for sure. Let's take a look at the second champion who is getting their skills revamped, rebalanced, and this one will be the one that actually I don't know if he needs it, because so far from what we're seeing about this champion, he's great for some content where we currently use him as an amazing healer. Yes, he's HP based champion right here. He's not built for damage usually. He's also used in a support role. What is being changed by about Opardin, the clan father? I also have 2 copies of him for Faction Guardian and never built anyone at all. So he's just here holding up some gear for me in case I need them for the future. His A1 will be changed. What is being changed about his A1 is chances of decreasing. I mean increase, not the chances, the decrease turn meter. Yeah, field turn meter will now be 10%. That's the first thing they're changing about his A1. They said his A1, we increase the value of the turn meter manipulation to 10%. So each hit has a 50% chance, booked up to a 65% chance of decreasing the target turn meter by 5%. This will be a 10%. 50% chance of filling this champion turn meter by 5%. That will also be a 10%. So it's still a 65% chance. It's not like a 100% chance of going with double hit turn meter reduction or filling turn meter twice, 20%. No, it will still be a 65% chance. You can use some masteries to boost the chances of this skill happening, which is quite good for a turn meter control on an A1 like that. When he's not just doing turn meter reduction, he's also filling his dose turn meter. That's why they don't want to make this skill 100%, right? Because it will be broken. To be decreasing the enemy's turn meter with A1 at the same time boosting his own turn meter by 20%, it will be too much. So 65% chance booked up, fully booked, and then with masteries maybe extra 70% chance or 75. I don't know. All right, that's a good change for that A1. It's not going to be crazy and amazing, but it's still an improvement from what it was before. On the A2 called Rally the Tribe, this skill heals all allies by 20%. It used to heal all allies by 10% of this champion's max HP, which was huge, by the way. 10% on his max HP when he's usually built with 80k, 100k HP. You're talking about a 10k heal, 15k heal plus masteries. Now they're going to be a 20%. Attacks all enemies, heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP, heals all allies under continuous heal buff by 30% instead. So if our allies are under continuous heal buff, he doesn't activate the continuous heal, he just gives them a 30% heal now instead of a 50% heal. When you fight this champion in Centranos, you have to kill him first because he just keeps healing his other allies. So now you definitely have to kill him first with all this healing is going to be given to them. It's on a 3-turn cooldown that stays the same, doesn't change. So that is what's been changed about that A2. That 20% heal over here, 30% heal over here. That's good. All right, now A3 called Clan Mentor. This removes all block buffs and heal reduction buff from all allies, then places 2 continuous heal buffs and a block debuff buff. That's what's going to be adding to this. So it removes block buffs and heal reduction from our allies, then places block debuff buff. Hopefully for 2 turns. Yes, for 2 turns. So it's not just going to place continuous heal buff on our allies for 2 turns. He will also now include an extra buff called block debuff buff. That's the one that makes the enemies not able to stun you, crowd control you, and all that, or except they remove it, right? It's not going to be protected or anything, but at least it's an additional buff that he can help you not get crowd controlled the next time. Also has a 75% chance of removing 1 random debuff from all allies. That stays the same. So they're just adding an extra buff to this continuous heal. It will be block debuff buff that he can also place after he removes. Why not just make it a full cleanse? He removes block buffs, he removes heal reduction, and then what about decrease defense and decrease attack and lockout skills? Stun, he doesn't remove stun. This skill doesn't remove stun. Just make this a full team cleanse. Full team cleanse, block debuff buffs. That would have been better. But hey, it's an additional buff, we'll take it. But if if an enemy or if our allies already have decreased defense or something crazy like a stun, this doesn't help them at all. He's just removing block buff, debuff, and heal reduction before he's placing that block debuff buff on them, when they still can't do anything if they are already crowd control. So this is still gonna be a PvE champion. This doesn't make him amazing in arena yet. All right, that's his A2, A3, A1 that is being changed. What about the passive? Let's see. The passive, why did I call it A4? Okay, it's a passive. Each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, fills that ally's turn meter by 10%. So that's going to be changed from a 5% turn meter fill to a 10% turn meter fill. Each time continuous heal heals that ally. So if there are multiple champions in the same team, of course, it will only activate once. So I've not really used this champion. I wonder if there are two continuous heal, if it's going to be a 20% turn meter fill instead. So those are the two champions that are being rebalanced for the month of December, I guess. This is already December, and it's two champions that definitely needed it, but I don't know if these changes all of a sudden made them more useful for my team. But I know for newer players who picked up this champion, who is seeing nobody talk about them, this might be something that makes him a little bit more useful in content. I don't know yet. I just built them for Sintranos, and that's why I hope to use them. Hopefully in the future we'll find more ways to use this champion. But for now, I have other healers, revivers, and cleansers that does it better than Opardin, or does revive more than Gamuran. But there are areas where definitely you have no choice but to use this champion. So that's the champion rebalances. Now for the last part of the video, let's go over the fusion calendar and see what events are launching today and what you should be focusing on today. Today it's Monday the 2nd. Boom. And so far we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 35 fragments, 40, 45 fragments, 45 fragments. That's where you should be right now as of Monday. I'm not talking about the events that just launched today. I've not done Ice Golem, I've not done Dungeon Divers 2, I've not started doing artifact announcement 2 that started. So far for today's event that ended over the weekend, you should be at 45 fragments. Remember, this fusion gives you an opportunity to skip out on 10 fragments because it gives you a total of 110 fragments, so you can skip out on 2 events which have 5 fragments each that you do not want to complete. So if I go check my in-game and see if I'm currently at 45 fragments to make sure I'm still keeping up with the fusion for what's his name, stock. Yes, I'm currently at 45 fragments over there, so I'm right on track with the fusion. I just wanted to check to make sure I've not missed out on anything yet, and hopefully I will not. So even if I go extra mile and get the entire 110 fragments, it's not bad because it will give me some opportunity to finally put some mod fragments in there with the 10 extra ones. I guess. So that's the fusion update. Nothing really special going on. Go over there. Ice Golem is aligning with Dungeon Divers 2 today, so go over there and start doing your Ice Golem. I've prepared some about 500 energies that I wanted to spend in that content while I go over there and start completing my artifact announcement 2. After I'm done with the Ice Golem, we'll have to do a gear cleanse. After the Ice Golem is done, that's when I'll go for artifact announcement 2. For now, Ice Golem is the only thing I'm concerned about today. I will not use the Ice Golem to complete Dungeon Divers 2. Now probably right after I'm done with the Ice Golem, I'll just stop farming it today and tomorrow do spider or dragon or something. The Ice Golem is not something you want to use to complete Dungeon Divers 2. If you're still looking for 5 fragments to skip out on, this Dungeon Divers 2 might be the one that you skip out on. Why? Because after Ice Golem is done, you will still have a little bit of farming to do in this Dungeon Divers 2 that you probably don't have the energy for. So it's totally fine to decide to skip out on this one and skip that 5 fragments. It's totally fine because the Ice Golem might be something you don't want to farm because you don't like the gear. It also doesn't align with any special reason to get boosted chances of getting some good artifact sets from the Ice Golem. It's just a normal Ice Golem tournament. All right, that's the fusion update. That's the champion rebalances that are coming up, and that's the 10x 15x events that are coming up in raid tomorrow. That's all I have to share with you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe for more daily raid content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry, yesterday I wasn't available to post any videos, but yeah, I'm going live on twitch.tv/Breeze5D to do my Ice Golem farming. I'll play Once Human or some other game. This month of December, I'll also be doing a lot more account takeovers, account rebalance, gear cleansing, a lot more services for you guys who are subscribed to the channel, who come on the live streams, or who just hit me up on Discord to ask for these services. So it's all gonna be free, but if you can, make sure you do join that YouTube channel membership, or go over there to Twitch with your Prime membership and give us a sub over there. Anyways, but it's all gonna be for free. So if you want those champion gear cleanses, if you want account rebalances, account upgrades, account changes, for just general advice, basically, hit me up and I will see what we can schedule and get it done for you guys. Just this month of December though, so as for these Christmas holidays or something. Anyways, later guys.